What happened to this ship? How did this unsinkable yacht disappear, and what is the mystery of the Lost Patrol? If you like mysteries, you must have heard about the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Sea, it is one of the most mysterious places in our strange world. In this video, we will talk about the 5 most famous mysteries related to the Devil's Sea which no one has ever been able to solve to this date, and the mysteries you will be surprised to know. So, let's begin. In the Atlantic Ocean, between Florida, Bermuda and Puerto Rico, this mysterious stretch of sea that extends from 0.5 to 1.5 million square miles, it is known as the Devil's Sea, the place where the unknown prevails. It is said that, for the last several hundred years, thousands of people and hundreds of ships have disappeared here mysteriously, and that too, without leaving no trace behind. On our list of the 5 most famous mysteries about the Devil's Sea, number 1 is, the mystery of the Canadian brigantine, Mary Celeste. Mary Celeste was a sailing ship that started its unfortunate journey on December 1, 1872 from the city of New York. The ship was intended to sail from New York, USA to Genova, a city in Italy, but unfortunately it never reached its destination. A total of 10 people were on board, including Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and 7 expert crew members. On December 4, 1872, the ship was found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean near the Azores Islands. With everything intact on board except for the 10 unlucky people, the ship was found sailing unmanned. Strangely, the lifeboat on the ship was also missing, but there were no signs of violence or any kind of natural disasters. Till this day, the mysterious abandonment of the Mary Celeste remains unexplained. Many theories have been proposed explaining what happened to the crew of this fateful ship. Some of them include waterspouts, giant squid attacks, and also, the paranormal activities. But what actually happened to the crew of this ship, only God knows. Because why would a crew of 7 expert men with an experienced captain leave their ship in the middle of nowhere? On number 2, is the mystery of the USS Cyclops. The USS Cyclops was a massive collier built to supply coal to the US Navy during World War I. This ship was nearly 550 feet long and 65 feet wide. On January 9, 1918, with a crew of over 300 men, the USS Cyclops set sail from Norfolk, Virginia, bound for Rio de Janeiro and then Baltimore. But it never made it. The ship vanished without a trace, leaving behind no signs of wreckage, no distress calls, and no clues. The U.S. Navy launched an investigation, but no evidence of foul play or natural disaster was found. It was the largest loss of life in U.S. Navy's history. Theories ranged from mutiny to sea monsters, but nothing was proven. The disappearance of the Cyclops remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time. It's a reminder that even in the modern age, the sea still holds secrets we may never uncover. Then there is the third, the mystery of witchcraft. The date was December 22, 1967. 2 friends, named Captain Dan Burrock and Father Patrick Horgan, took their beautiful cabin cruiser named Witchcraft to see the view of Miami's Christmas lights from the sea. These unlucky guys were only 1 mile from the shore when their 23 feet long beautiful yacht hit an unknown object. The captain of the yacht called back the Coast Guard, told them about the situation, and asked them to send help. The Coast Guard set off immediately and reached area indicating the location of the Witchcraft in just 19 minutes, but on reaching the location, he was only faced with the endlessness of the sea. The area was completely deserted and there were no signs of the yacht or the unlucky friends. What makes this incident even more interesting is that this particular yacht was virtually unsinkable. Coast Guard officials searched the area for the next several days but found nothing. And the Witchcraft still remains a mystery. At number 4, we have the mystery of Aircraft Squadron 1945, also known as the Flight 19. It was the day of December 5, 1945, when 5 Avenger torpedo bombers of the U.S. Navy took off from Lauderdale Naval Air Station, Florida, for their 3-hour routine training mission during World War II. There were about 14 people on board, including the flight's experienced pilots. These planes, while flying over the Bermuda Triangle, mysteriously disappeared and were never heard from again. As the planes vanished, strange radio calls were received by nearby ships and stations. These calls were cryptic and seemed to come from the missing planes, and by then, various radar stations had determined that Flight 19 was somewhere north of the Bahamas and east of Florida. And at 7:27 p.m., a search and rescue Mariner aircraft took off with 13 people on board to search for the Flight 19, but mysteriously, this rescue Mariner aircraft also disappeared into the unknown. The disappearance of the lost squadron has become one of the most enduring mysteries in aviation history. It has spawned countless theories and speculations, but the truth remains unknown. On number 5, also the last on our list, comes the unexplained story of the Sulphur Queen, a ship that vanished without a trace in 1963. The Sulphur Queen was a 523 feet long tanker ship that set sail from Beaumont, Texas, bound for Norfolk, Virginia. On board were 39 crew members and a cargo of molten sulfur, but something went terribly wrong on that fateful voyage. On February 2, 1963, the Sulphur Queen vanished without a trace. No distress calls were made, and no wreckage was ever found. The ship and its crew seemed to have disappeared into thin air. The U.S. Coast Guard launched an investigation into the disappearance, but no explanation could be found. Theories ranged from pirate attack to paranormal activities, but nothing was proven. The strange disappearance of the Sulphur Queen remains one of the most famous mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle.